everyone, Modern Mama Shark here to talk to you about resoling your red bottoms. Specifically, we are going to be comparing the beautiful new Casali red mirror soles with the traditional red rubber soles that we've normally seen used on Louboutins in the past. We are going to actually be looking at them after they've been worn. I feel like this is really, really important to get out there. When I was trying to determine what type of sole to have put on my red bottoms, I could not find any videos or photos or anything on the Casalis after they've been worn. There are literally thousands of videos and photos and shorts of the Casalis right after they're put on a shoe. They look beautiful. I mean, they look exactly like the original red bottoms. But what do they look like after you've been wearing them? What do they look like after a month, a year later? Do they hold up? Are they as tough and sturdy as the original red rubber soles? Today, we're going to be looking at that so we can help you determine what sole is right for your shoe. I'm going to show you a traditional red bottom that is brand new. So this is what they're supposed to look like when you first purchase them. They are beautiful. They are the perfect shade of red. Shiny, almost reflective like a mirror. You can see these little indentations here. That is for me already starting to wear these around the house. So when you do purchase new Louboutins, the reason they tell you to only wear them on carpet if you want to return them is because of that, because it's very easy to get those little nicks in the paint. Now for me, I do wear these at home for about a month and a half to break them in. And then by the end of the month and a half, you'll see a lot more of those little indentations. Now, once I start wearing them out and they hit pavement, and this is what they look like. So you'll see all those indentations. That is just from normal wear and use. But you're going to see the paint starting to chip away, and it will reveal the raw original leather sole. I know this doesn't look as pretty. I'm kind of okay with it. It shows that your shoe has been worn, that it's loved, that it's walkable. It also shows that it's an original Louboutin because this is very hard to replicate. The reason I get mine resoled is because this is a very thin sole. And what happens is at some point, you're going to wear that sole so far up that it'll hit the shoe. And then you're going to damage your shoe and it's not going to last very long. So for me, the minute it even gets close to looking like it might touch the shoe, I get them resoled. I just go ahead and get them resoled. The round toe pump seem to have a little bit more wear before I actually have to turn them in to get them resoled. The pointy toe pumps, on the other hand, for some reason, I just get a lot of wear and tear very early on, right up here at the tip. For these, I usually will break them in around the house, and then I'll start to wear them to work. I spend about 7 to 9 hours at work, mostly desk job, but I do a lot of walking downtown, sidewalk, pavement, concrete, etc. So I do a lot of walking in them. However, it really only takes me about 2 to 5 days before I feel like I need to turn them in to have them resoled, and that is because of that tip. So if you don't wear them as often, you probably won't feel like you need to that early on. But I use them quite a bit. I get a lot of walking and I just am very careful with them because I love my shoes. I wear them every day and I expect to get a lot of use out of them and I want them to last for years. So moving on to the leather spa traditional red rubber sole. First thing that I like is that they did a great job of basically trying to make it look like you didn't replace the red bottom. For example, they did a great job of blending in that new sole with the old, and they definitely did a great job trying to keep that height. So the height is very similar to the traditional leather. So when you're walking, it's not obvious at all that you have a new sole. They also were very careful to have a perfectly straight line. And then they also made that line right at that point where the shoe starts to come off of the pavement. So when you're walking, you can't tell at all that these were resoled because you can't see the line. I know a lot of people are going to love that. Here's what the sole actually looks like. It's nothing to get excited about, but I have to say these are really durable. Like I said, this is an 8-year-old sole. It's seen a lot of pavement, still looks pretty damn good. And it's also very grippy, so I definitely have a very easy time walking in these, and I don't have to worry about slipping ever, which is great because that's not the case with the originals. The original soles are very slippery, so I do love that. One other thing that does kind of bother me, though, is because they were so careful to make sure that the sole didn't come up high where you could see it, I've actually already damaged the actual paint. So I'm probably going to have that fixed or try to fix it myself. I get a lot wear, I said, like I said, out of my shoes. So it's to be expected, but it did make me kind of sad. With the Casalis, so I had these done at McFarland, which is like a local family-owned cobbler in Florida. And I think they did an amazing job. Couple of things to note about the Casalis themselves. First, if you can tell, they are thick. They are a little bit thicker than the actual originals. It doesn't bother me. It still looks great with the new sole on, and it doesn't, throw off my walking to have a thicker sole. But just keep that in mind, as it is a little bit thicker, so it's going to be a little bit more noticeable that you had the sole replaced. At McFarland's, they did actually go up a little bit. I don't know if all cobblers will do this or not with the Casalis, but they did actually go up a little bit, so you can see that there's a little line. Now that I've worn these and now that I damaged my simple pumps, I'm actually really relieved that they did that. It just saves me the inevitable ruining that paint because they did go up a little bit higher with the sole. And I know I'm going to because I wear these all the time. You can actually tell the toe taps are getting close to needing to be replaced. So I do actually like that a lot. For those of you worried about the line being up high, I don't think it's really noticeable when you're walking. And when you lift your foot up, it looks almost like the original anyways, so it looks great. If you're getting photos done with these shoes and you're concerned about that line showing up, don't be. It is ridiculously easy to Photoshop that line out so it looks blended in. Any basic photographer should be able to do that. If not, I can make a video and show you how it's so easy. So, with that said, that would be the only real cons, I guess, about the Casalis. Here is what they look like worn. Keep in mind, I've only worn these about 3 days. You can see that beautiful red mirror finish has just started to come off. It's very dull. You can see little indentations and everything. It actually reminds me of what my shoes look like when I've been wearing them around the house for a month with all the little indentations and everything. That's kind of what it looks like. It's still not a deal breaker for me. It still looks great. It's kind of sad that it doesn't keep the red mirror finish, but it still looks fantastic. It definitely looks better than the traditional. I will be updating this video in about a year because I want to see how these hold up over time. The simple punks, that traditional red rubber sole is 8 years old and it looks great. So I do want to see whether or not these actually can hold up. They seem like they will. They seem very durable. With them being thicker, there's a lot more sole to go through before you would even get through to the actual shoe. But I don't know for sure because of the little indentations. That does kind of concern me a little bit that I'm already seeing those. But with that said, when you do that, it is kind of obvious. And when you do this, it's not. So if you're looking for looks, this one's still better, even more. But if you need tried and true, this one is going to be a great option for you as well. Like I said, I will be updating this in a year. I will leave links below in the comments to both the Leather Spa, but also to McFarland's. Leather Spa is a much bigger company. It's obviously famous because of Christian Louboutin recommending them. McFarland's is, like I said, a local family business, so you will get a little more personal attention and care when you go to them. So I'm probably going to continue going to them just because I thought they did a great job, and I am very happy with the soles so far. So hope everyone has a good day.